Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're going to be talking about a 7.1.5 Frost DK PvP nerf. This is definitely going to hit the breath spec harder than playing the consistency spec in PvP, as it seems most of these changes are kind of directed at nerfing the breath spec in PvP settings. I think they kind of realized how powerful that combo was for making people die in less than 2 seconds. So anyways, guys, let's jump into this video and talk about it.
It's who we are, it's what we do, we've come so far, and now we pay the price, so don't even cry. The world is breaking down, and I cannot leave the ground.
To start off this list, it seems that they have actually decided to nerf our base PvP strength on the, of course, PvP stats by 5%. Went from 80% down to 75%. And that, of course, is going to be a little nick to our damage. Anything you do, any spec you play as Frost, is going to be nerfed down, of course. I'm kind of surprised to actually see that. I know the consistency spec was doing fairly well. But as far as overall nerfing the class, I did not expect to see more of that going on within our strength build. I did expect to see tweaks when it came to Syndragoza, but some of these, I'm not really sure why they would go that far. But at the same time, like, it kind of makes sense since they buffed it up that much. Like, it's kind of a dumb circle. They overbuffed us, and now they're probably going to over-nerf us. So we'll go ahead and take a look deeper into these nerfs, because I'm pretty sure that's where this is heading. Alright, so the next one we got is Frost Death Knight PvP template. Mastery reduced to 25%, was 100%. So they're telling us they nerfed our mastery by 75%. You know what that's going to do to a breath spec? After we just talked about the PvP template yesterday, being that, of course, you need a lot of mastery to make the breath spec viable in DPS. So I'm kind of leaning towards breath not being very great after they decide to do these patches. Because at the moment, it says many of these PvP changes are still in testing and will be implemented into the game as soon as they are ready. So, what does that mean? Are they just going to throw them in randomly when they feel like them? Or are they going to throw them in next Tuesday? I'm not really sure what they're going to do. Apparently, it sounds like they're not really sure what they're going to do. And I don't think they're really sure what they're doing right now. So, we're going to go ahead and keep reading on with this. Now, the thing I thought was kind of interesting is haste has been increased to 150%. It was 100%. And critical strike increased to 125%. And it was 100%. So that definitely, as we know, based around what abilities the consistency DPS spec is going to use, that's kind of a slight buff towards that spec. Of course, the mastery nerf is going to hurt that spec just as much because you rely a lot, of course, on the frost strikes. But overall, that's definitely going to hurt the breath spec more than the consistency spec. Now, you're really wondering why I'm saying that breath spec has taken a savage beating on this nerf. Is breath spec is being reduced by 40% damage in PvP. Now, 40% damage, let's say I'm standing here in Ogremar, and I got about, 126k. Oh gosh, Hayes is going to math again. Well, we're not going to have that. All right, so, I mean, 40%, we'll put it about 60, 70k. So that's 60, 70k ticks compared to 126k ticks. If I was standing in World and doing this comparison, that is a savage nerf. That hurts a lot. Like, that's terrible. And overall, how do I feel that's going to actually take us down more? I don't know. Like, really, it's gonna hurt really bad. I feel like it's going to nerf us the way breath was before the patch. Even though they buffed it up, of course, the stat percentages on what they did nerf the PvE wise, it went from like 100 and something percent to, like, some crazy number. But here's the thing: it was like 200 and something percent on that buff, but that 200% is 50% on the PvP template. They're literally taking breath spec back to where it was basically before the buff. Like, are they literally just trying to kill breath? Is that what they're attempting to do? Because they're doing a dang good job of it right now as we read through this. And here's the other part that kind of doo-doos all over breath spec for us, is they are nerfing the crap out of Chill Streak. Now, I'm not talking about a little nerf. I'm talking about a big nerf on Chill Streak. Like, it is such a slap to Chill Streak that people are going to be like, that talent is really not even worth using anymore. It has no control, it bounces too many times, and it doesn't deal enough damage. So we got Chill Streak. Damage timing has changed to allow more counterplay for enemy teams. So we're being nerfed so other people can be smart enough to mechanically get away from Chill Streak, because, people need that to be a lot slower, making it worse again. Anyways, so Chill Streak now deals 3% of target's health in damage. It was 8%, now it's 3% now. We're talking about a 3% nerf or 5% nerf to that damage. Like, that's a lot of health, like 5% compared to, yeah, anyways. So it bounces 9 times compared to 5. So you're thinking, cool, it bounces more times. We do the math. We see if it comes out to more on the target we're actually wanting to kill. No, it doesn't. It actually turns out to be quite a bit less. We're talking, I think it was like 8% less on the target you want to, even though it's bouncing more times. If you're in 3s and you throw that out and you want to deal maximum damage on a single target, bouncing more times is actually worse for you, because there's going to be more of a chance that it doesn't hit the target that you actually want it to hit. And if there's pets, well, good luck getting it to connect and actually doing something, which I found just ridiculous that they're doing that to it. They've already nerfed it like 6 or 7 times in the past already, and now they're just like, yo, kill shot, boom, Chill Streak, no one's going to use it. Heck with Chill Streak. If anything, it's going to be used to pad damage and BGs, and that's it. People aren't even going to touch that ability, because that is ridiculous. Anyways, so coming down to the just below the bottom one, Frozen Center Root now breaks on damage. So if you start obliterating somebody using Frozen Root in Arena, like you're actually using it to kill a healer or something, you can't do that anymore. Anything outside Frost Fever and Remorseless Winter dot damage is going to break it. So it's like a root that doesn't actually root people. So, I mean, why are you going to take Remorseless Winter or Frozen Center that doesn't work for anything besides a root now over Death Chill? Like, it doesn't make sense. So you're going to be forced to literally just stop attacking somebody when Frozen Center comes up so it actually roots them? I don't understand what the mechanical stability is that going to be even in game. Why is that even going to be a thing? I just take Death Chill and be like, yo, you're rooted, dude. Compared to something I can't touch somebody, or I have to be close to them, close enough that you have to take the dot damage, and then I can't touch him at all or it breaks the root. Like, yo, that was stupid. That was stupid. That was dumb. Whoever decided to do that one, just right in the head. Right in the head. All right. So Tundra Stalker's bonus is the last nerf going on. Now this one is definitely a nerf to the consistency spec. It's the Frost Strike damage on snared targets is now nerfed down 10% from 25 to 15%. About 10% Frost Strike damage. Of course, that's going to be nerfing the consistency spec overall. I mean, that's not a huge nerf. Overall with these talents, I got to say, Breath Spec is getting dumped on real hard. Breath Spec is being duded on. I don't know if it's really going to be viable after that 40% nerf. We're really going to have to see, because overall, if you're doing PvP on a Frost DK, you're probably going to be going back to the consistency spec, but the Breath Spec is still, of course, going to be doing whatever it's doing on the PvE side of things, so nothing over there is affected. This is all PvP stuff, and as you can see, I'm kind of disappointed with how they went about some of these nerfs. Kind of angry about them, truth be told, because just kind of let out the frustration as I read through these, and they didn't really set in until I actually really started to think about them. Sometimes it just kind of happens. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for these nerfs. I hope you enjoyed this video. You probably didn't if you're a Frost DK, but leave a like on the video. I'll appreciate it, guys, even though I hate bringing you bad news. But overall, I got asked the question, do you think Unholy's going to be better than Frost after these nerfs? We're going to have to see, because in the PvE tier-wise, Unholy and Frost are pretty close at the moment. So these big nerfs towards the Breath spec, forcing us back over to the consistency spec that was already nerfed indirectly. And of course, Howling Blast damage was nerfed. Now we got Tundra Stalker nerfed. But, of course, we got the damage buff on Remorseless. We're really going to have to test out once these take effect. When are they going to take effect? Are they affected now? I don't even know. I'm going to have to try and find out after this video. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for it. Leave a like. And until next time, this was your boy Hazzed. Ayaz.
At the edge of the hellfire.